This is a mess already and I just started. Hi y'all, welcome to our Back to Autumn Reads at Tome. Right now I'm making my son and I a quick little snack. I'm gonna make us some cheese fries with hot dogs cut up, obviously tiny pieces for a toddler. And then just covered in a bunch of different sauces. It's basically a lazy version of a Colombian snack called a salchineta. Technically I am missing like bacon pieces and quail eggs, but I'm super lazy. I'm not about to go to a market just to buy quail eggs. So I'm just gonna have a lazy version as a snack. We're gonna split it. And I think I'm going to try to make myself a brown sugar iced shaken espresso. I'm going to read some more of my Peach Girl manga. I think I'm starting volume 5 today, if I'm not mistaken. I am still reading Moby Dick and The Grapes of Wrath. And I also am reading, obviously, the Peach Girl series and, the 4th book in the Song of Ice and Fire series, which is A Feast for Crows. Probably not going to talk much about it because I'm not going to put a lot of focus on a series that's probably never going to be finished. Okay, I've got my iced shaken espresso. See what all the hype's about. You hungry? See, he's hungry. Okay, well, it's pretty good. I don't know if it was worth all that effort. I would make it again, but I think I might just stick with my iced lattes and macchiatos. I just realized I forgot to put cinnamon in the shaker. Oh well, it was good, but it was a lot of effort. I can see why it's so expensive. We are gonna go eat some super lazy salchineta. I'm gonna drink my coffee, which is already separating. I'm gonna have to stir that a lot. I guess the foam is just super foamy from the shaking. I don't really get it, but I just wanted to try something different because I'm learning how to use my machine. So we're gonna go eat. I'm gonna drink my coffee and we're probably gonna watch a movie or something. We're slowly cycling through the Pixar films. We've got probably like 20 minutes left of Incredibles 2 because we watch them in clips. We don't just like sit and watch a whole movie because my son does not have enough of an attention span for that. All right, it took forever, and I could literally hear my son screaming in the living room trying to get to me the whole time I was cooking, but thank God for my husband giving me a break because today was a rough day. But anyways, dinner is completed. It is a sweet potato veggie jumble. You could make it vegan if you skip the halloumi, or you could add protein if you wanted not to have it vegetarian. But it's one of our go-to dinners. It's amazing with the chimichurri sauce. I'll post the recipe if I can find it. I just know it by heart because I've made it, I don't know, 100 times over the last couple of years alone. It's a staple in this house. And we're not even vegetarian. We just love it that much. Gonna be good to finally eat. I think it'll improve my mood too, because like I said, it's been a rough day. So I'm gonna go eat and enjoy the night after my son goes to bed, because it's one of those days when I can't wait for 7:30 to come around. I'm trying not to get my son in this clip. Oh, he's being crazy. I'm hiding this from him. But anyways, so I turned 30 in July of last year. I've always had kind of bad knees since high school because I was on the volleyball team and I ran track as well. So my knees are just pretty messed up. But this is something to look forward to when you turn 30. It's just like a default. It's built in. Every time I straighten my leg. I should probably stop. It's not a good way to entertain myself. Getting old. I'm not even old, but my body's already falling apart. All right, I have a question for y'all that's going to make you kind of out yourself a little bit, and I will also out myself. What is your most judgment-worthy snack that you find so satisfying, but other people might find as gross? I think that mine has to be any kind of like plain potato chip. I just cut off the bottom of a Trader Joe's bag because there's only a little bit left and I didn't want to waste a bowl. But anyways, it's any kind of just plain potato chip. It has to be a potato chip. And then just absolutely drizzled in hot sauce. My mom used to make it for me as a snack growing up, and now it's like something I don't eat very often, and my husband judges the hell out of me every time, even though he eats chips with ketchup. So that's his, I think, if we're going to compare. Yucks. But anyways, what's y'all's? I know that some people have really weird ones. My grandpa, I don't know if it's a generational thing or like growing up in, you know, post World War II. But anyways, his favorite kind of disgusting snack was a peanut butter sandwich with mayonnaise, which just sounds horrific to me. But what are your snacks that people have judged you for enjoying in the past? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, I'm going to sit here and drizzle my hot sauce over my chips. And I'm going to read volume 6 of Peach Girl. I'm still reading Moby Dick too, but I've kind of slowed down a little bit. My goal was to finish early just because I was enjoying myself so much in the beginning, but I've kind of slowed down a little bit. And I don't know what my hurry was. I don't have anything to prove by reading it faster than I have to. So yeah, I've just kind of slowed down. Also, I've just been so obsessed with Peach Girl that I literally don't want to stop reading this. I've been reading like 1 to 1.5 volumes a day. Which is like not hard for manga. I'm, like I said in the past, I'm not a very fast reader, but I'm just loving Peach Girl so much. And it's really all I feel like reading right now. I could listen to more of the audiobook for A Feast for Crows, but I just don't feel like it. I'm gonna just sit here, eat my snack, and read my manga. Hi, sweetie. Today is this girl's 4-year birthday. So we have a 4-year-old Frenchie now, and she's got food on her nose because she just ate her breakfast. I love you so much. Happy birthday. I kind of dropped the ball with filming for my dog's birthday egg white cake that I did yesterday. I completely forgot to film, but my husband's birthday is actually the day after our dog's. So I'm currently making him his favorite sweet treat that I make. He doesn't want cake or pie or anything like that. He actually wants my grandmother's chocolate chip cookie recipe. So I am currently creaming unsalted butter, granulated white sugar, and dark brown sugar. And I prefer to do it by hand. All right, now I'm gonna add some vanilla bean paste. You can do just regular vanilla extract if you want to, but ever since I used this, I just can't go back. Nothing else compares. I'm gonna add 2 eggs. Whoa. That was quite a membrane on that guy. Wow. Mix those eggs in with the vanilla. It's kind of what we're looking for. Like a fully combined, kind of fluffy texture. So for my dry ingredients, we're gonna go in a clean bowl. And I don't have a sifter, so we're just gonna free pour and hope for the best. So we're gonna go for about 3 cups of flour. My grandmother always sifted her flour, but like I said, I don't have one. And I'm definitely not as careful as she was. She was very meticulous in her kitchen. She taught me a lot that I know about cooking and baking. And her motto was always not to be afraid of making a mess in the kitchen. You just have to learn from it and clean it up and do better next time. And I've always held that close to my heart. Now you're gonna go in with a teaspoon of baking soda. Can you tell I love Trader Joe's? A teaspoon of sea salt. And then half a teaspoon of baking powder. That's messy. My son likes to go through my cabinets. All right, now I just use a fork to combine all the dry, and I guess this is kind of my way of post-sifting the flour for any clumps. So the key thing with making really thick doughs, it's a cookie dough, I'm gonna take my ring off because this can get a little messy, is to add your dry to your wet, but do not just dump it in there. You're gonna go, I would say maybe like 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup at a time. That way it's easy. If you just dump that whole thing in here, it's gonna take you forever to mix it and it's gonna be miserable. You have to be patient. It will be worth it. It will slowly become thicker and thicker and harder to mix. See how it's getting thicker? Making a mess. All right, that's all of our dry. So this is our last mix. All right, and that's what we're looking like now. You could stop here, and this makes a pretty good sugar cookie, but we're making chocolate chip. So one thing that my grandma always added was some oats, and I can never remember the amount that she added, but I usually just do like 1/4 to 1/3 a cup. I feel like she used to add a whole cup. All right, and then lastly, you're gonna wanna add 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, which is usually just like a whole bag. Okay, the hard and punishing part is over. And now everything is pretty nicely combined, so that's kind of what we're looking like. The next part really depends on the size of the cookie that you like. We like pretty large cookies. Like I only want to eat 1 or 2 and feel like I ate 10. So grab a parchment lined baking tray, and you're gonna want to get some pecan halves. Y'all, I'm covered in flour from my head to toe. Look at this. Ridiculous. Oh well. I use an ice cream scoop, and I would guess that this is around 1/4, maybe just under 1/4 cup. You can do tablespoon size cookies if you like, but like I said, we like them pretty big. So basically you're gonna take that ball, kind of just work it, and then I kind of flatten it a little bit like that, and then I'll top it with a pecan half. Just kind of press it in like that. All right, and when you're making cookies this big, you're gonna want to give them some room to grow. With this amount of batter, this amount of dough, I can usually make, I don't know, over a dozen, but less than 20 cookies. I have a little bit of space here. They might just have corners, which I'm fine with. Also, you can chill the dough before doing this part, but it's winter in Massachusetts, so I'm not worried about the dough overheating. All right, so these are gonna go in the oven at 375 for about 12 minutes. It really just depends on when they start to turn golden. I'll pull them out and let them cool. All right, so this is kind of what we're going for. See how it's just like barely golden? It looks awesome. Look how big they are compared to like my hand. I have pretty big hands too for a woman, so. That's a big cookie and I'm excited. So I'm gonna let these cool for a few minutes. I'm going to put these ones in, and I'm just gonna finish up with the rest of the batter, and I'll just show y'all the finished product. All right, so I just pulled the last batch out of the oven. I was able to get 19 cookies. There's the last 3 that I got cooling. And here's what we're looking at. I like to let them fully cool for a few hours on a plate before I store them in an airtight container. For, honestly, they don't last, but I mean, I would say probably 3 to 5 days if you ate cookies like a normal person. So yeah, I'm just gonna grab a couple of these for myself and my husband with a couple glasses of milk. We're gonna go enjoy our night.
Aquí mi hijo Pedro está enamorado de su hija que está.
a donut, a purple donut, like angry orange. Why is he so angry? Got a busted string, so I couldn't really do a full song, but it's kind of cool. We made it back home from being out for the day. We went to that vintage shopping event. And I only got two things, so I'm just going to show you real quick. One of them was a vintage edition of James and the Giant Peach, which I'm so excited about. I loved this story and movie growing up as a kid. I love Roald Dahl, so I'm excited about that. And then the other thing I got was just a vintage hot chocolate record. And I only got it because it has their hit on it, Everyone's a Winner. That it's just one of those silly songs that I used to play on repeat over and over and over when I was younger. So it'll be cool to have a vinyl. And yeah, I'm excited about it. So I just got those two things. Then we went to eat Ethiopian food and it was phenomenal. I love Ethiopian food. I tried it for the first time when I moved to Massachusetts because I had a coworker that was from Ethiopia and she used to bring in her home cooking sometimes, and oh my god. If you've never had Ethiopian food and you don't mind eating with your hands, oh my gosh, it's delicious. The seasoning, like just the flavors are just so delicious. It's been a really fun weekend. Today's still only Saturday. I'm not sure what we're going to do tomorrow because we're supposed to get hit with another, I hear, pretty bad winter storm. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what that looks like. Hopefully you've been enjoying the content that I've been making. If there's anything that you'd like to see differently, just please let me know. So I recently found the star projector that I lost in the move. So we set that up last night and the vibes are now immaculate in the living room. It's a mess, so I'm not going to show you the floor, but it's awesome. I also found the power cable to, you can't see it, but our record player. So we've been vibing out to some of our favorite albums on vinyl while we got the starry projector. And it really helped us get through the really rough winter storm that we had yesterday and the night before. The reason that I wanted to film is because my husband asked me to use some bananas that are really probably too far gone and make some chocolate chip banana bread. Look how far gone these are. They're pretty far gone. So we're gonna see if I can even still use them. If not, I've got some that are not quite ripe enough, but I can just add some extra sugar and it should be fine. Go. The thing about banana bread that kind of sucks is that you can't take it out of the pan until it's cooled. So unless we stay up tonight, we're not going to be eating that until tomorrow. Also, you might have noticed that I put it in a round pan. I thought that my loaf pan was big enough for that recipe and it wasn't. So yeah, if I had put it in this pan, it definitely would have sunk in the middle and been like a really weird texture. That pan that I put it in is actually meant for the air fryer. So, I mean, worst case scenario is the texture is a little bit weird, but I think either way it'll taste good. So, not really worried about it. All right, so I do not have a toothpick, but I do have a skewer. Let's see how we're doing. It's clean. So we're ready. I'm gonna let this cool, turn the oven off. and I'll check on it in probably an hour. It's already about to be 9:30, so we might not get to eat this tonight, but I guess we will see how patient we're willing to be. All right, moment of truth. If it comes out of the pan in one go. I feel like I have bad luck with this sort of thing. It's still warm, so it might not be even ready for this, but I feel like I gotta just do it. So let's do it. Oh gosh, it's hard to do with one hand. Okay, it came out. And it looks pretty good. I got a little chocolate on me, but like, I'll take it. All right, a circle-shaped banana bread. Who would have thought that that would work? But here we are. So I guess I'm gonna let that cool. I really would like to have some of this tonight. And I might just have some at the risk of it kind of falling apart. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. And I think it's gonna be good. We're watching the last season of Curb Your Enthusiasm because we started it a while ago and just never finished it. So I'm gonna go get back to the show, wait for this to finish cooling, and yeah, that's the end of our night today. Well, good morning to you too. Hey guys, I'm just sitting here with my son, about to put his Spanish nursery rhymes on, and I'm going to drink myself a cup of coffee, eat my last slice of my chocolate chip banana bread, which came out really freaking good. I don't like to brag, but man, that thing is addictive. And then I'm gonna read some of Moby Dick while he watches his show. He really wants my coffee. He doesn't realize how hot it is, and he keeps trying to touch it. So, oh wait. I'm gonna go. I usually don't sit on the floor in the morning, so he's probably like really confused. So I had some leftover kale from the soup that I made last night. So for lunch, I made a kale salad with some leftover croutons, pecans, and then I made like a lemon olive oil cream based dressing with Parmesan, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's not like my best salad that I've ever made, but it's because I don't really like raw kale, to be honest, but I had it and it was gonna go bad if I didn't use it, so here we are. And I'll eat it. It's edible. Baby woke up, so I'm gonna go get him. Probably make him some lunch and keep the house clean. I have to take my car to the shop today. Not looking forward to that, but I'm just ready for winter to be over, and I'm trying to stay, I don't know, in a good mental state while the snow is just relentless this winter. So, jeez, Yoshi. Anyways, I really gotta go because he's awake, so. Tell me why New England has ruined me. The weather says that it feels like 37 degrees outside. I started sweating. I think I'm officially broken. I used to be able to handle temperatures over 100 degrees. But also, like, a spring 30 degrees is much different than a fall, early winter 30 degrees. If you're from New England, you might know what I mean. I guess it's just more sunny. I don't know. It just feels warmer even if the temperature is technically the same. Anyways, we're at the mall in Burlington because my husband wants to get Cheesecake Factory. Or actually I did, because I put the idea in his head and so he suggested it today. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And then if we have time and my son has enough patience, then we're gonna try to make a stop at Barnes & Noble. Hopefully he lets that happen. We're gonna have a good time. Sorry, I have to film from up here because my son's in the carrier. I did bring my camera, but I don't think I'm gonna end up using it if I carry him because he's just too able to grab at it. So we're here, we're just waiting for my husband to get out of work and meet us here. Alright, so my son was not having it in there. So I promised my husband I was going to get one book and I stuck to it. Kind of because first of all, I was going to keep my promise, and second, because my son was just like squirming around like a worm in there and running around when I did set him down. So he was a flight risk and he was going for the escalator. So I'm not going to sit there and do that. But I figured I'd just give you a quick call because I did get one book. I also got the free tote because I am a member and I haven't been to Barnes & Noble this year because it's February. So I got one book, and it's one that I've been hearing other people talk about for a while, and I've mentioned on this channel that I'm getting into horror. So I got Maeve Fly. I'm really excited about it. I've heard it's really, like, I don't know what word I want to use, but I've heard it's out there and it's extreme. I know that it's like female rage and extreme horror, but I guess we're gonna see what I'm in for. Hopefully I didn't bite off more than I could chew, no pun intended. So yeah, I'm gonna go. We're gonna head home. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make dinner today because we do have leftovers. So for now, that's all I've got, and I'm just happy that I got to go to Barnes & Noble before the snow melted, because I usually save that for like my birthday. So I'm in a pretty good mood. Let's just see if I can get home without my son losing his mind.